Hi, it's Jen Maleka, the Holistic Health Boss, your functional diagnostic health practitioner and expert. And this week I'm talking about why I'm taking a little bit of a sabbatical for some self-care. Because I can't believe that it is April already. And I don't know about you, but basically the first few months of 2018 have been a whirlwind for me so far. Between coaching clients, traveling, and mentoring other functional health practitioners, launching a new program, and the last minute release of my seasonal cleanse challenge, I'm definitely feeling a little bit pooped. So one of the biggest lessons that I learned from having Hashimoto's, an autoimmune thyroid disorder, for those of you who don't know, was to slow down way more than I thought I ever needed to. As a typical kind of like type A personality, success junkie, the art of slowing down wasn't easy for me at first, and quite honestly, the thought of doing nothing sometimes basically makes me want to crawl out of my skin completely. But in order for me to heal my body and to reverse Hashimoto's, I had to learn how to be different, essentially. So doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity, as most of you know, after all, right? So I had to learn how to basically not care as much about what others thought, how it would look if I didn't meet my own expectations, how to slow down and let go a lot more than I ever had before. And as soon as I started putting these things into practice, I had more time to take care of me, and my body responded generously. And I was in remission with Hashimoto's in less than 6 months, which is unheard of for some people. You know, sometimes we think that we are really good at taking care of ourselves because we are the healthiest person that we know, or because we do more for ourselves than others do, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we're healthy. The word healthy is relative by definition. So on a physiological and biological level, we are all unique. And as a result, we all have different adaptability and various levels of vitality available to us at any given moment in our lives. Now, because of this, what one person needs to maybe create better health can look completely different than what somebody else might need in order to achieve the same results. So when I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's, a friend asked me, you know, are you mad that this happened to you? Because you're the healthiest person that I know and you work so hard at being healthy. And sure, I certainly could have been upset, but instead I basically chose to recognize that although I was practicing a healthier lifestyle than most people, my body actually needed more from me than what I was giving it. So as a result of having Hashimoto's, I now have a totally different perspective of how much self-care I need in order to maintain my health, and a different definition of what self-care actually means to me. Now, in today's world, it can be way too easy to get swept up in stress, to weigh ourselves down with responsibility, and to forget to take time for ourselves. It happens to us all. I have struggled in my own life to master my self-care, and I know that on some level you probably struggle too, which is why I think it's so important to pass on what I've learned from the experiences that I've had whenever possible to maybe help you. Now, as I look forward into April, my plate is piled high with 2 conferences that I have coming up, more travel, the launch of 2 new programs, plus maintaining my regular client load. So needless to say, I've evaluated where I can slow down and where I can't. So I'll be taking a little blogging sabbatical for self-care in the next couple of weeks. And the timing really couldn't be better for me also. I'll be participating in my own seasonal cleanse challenge that I just recently rolled out so that I can stay 100% focused on my self-care and engage with the people that are in that program. And there are also some really great resources coming down the pipeline that I'm going to share with you to help you continue on your own health journey while I take a little bit of time for myself in the coming weeks. Now, one of the very first resources that I have for you this month is the Live Your Layered Life. Discover the secrets of self-care in your mind, body, and home interview series. Now, I was recently invited to participate in an interview for this series that basically is going to be running from April 6th to the 26th. And I'm so excited to be a part of this. And I think that you will absolutely love it if you get an opportunity to check it out. This is an online interview series which is hosted by my longtime friend, Suzanne Shoplin, the founder of Cake Lifestyle. Suzanne and I worked as personal trainers way back in the day together. I actually helped Suzanne train for her very first fitness competition, and now we both laugh at how irresponsible we were in our health at that time and to our bodies in order to cut fat and gain muscle. But like me, Suzanne has struggled for many years with her health and happiness, and through her own personal challenges and experiences, she has discovered that adopting a positive mindset, taking care of one's body, and creating a healthy, supportive environment are the stepping stones to a vibrant and meaningful life, just like I have discovered too. Now, this revelation has made such an impact on Suzanne's life that she has made it her personal mission to share the importance of self-care with the world, hence where the interview series is coming in. So in the Live Your Layered Life, Discover the Secrets to Self-Care in Your Mind, Body, and Home series, you will be hearing from me and many other experts as we discuss all different types of topics, such as loving who you are in this very moment, not just who you want to be. Also, how complete health goes beyond your basic gym routine. Also, how to nourish your body to flourish in life. Altering your outlook to occupy a more positive mindset. How organizing your space can improve other aspects of your life. And how to stay on track and stay motivated. So this week, I just wanted to share a little bit more with you about why I will be taking this self-care sabbatical. And I want to share a little bit of a sneak peek of the Love Your Layered Life interview series with you, so you guys can get a little idea of what to expect and what kind of tips and information is going to be shared. Now, my ultimate mission is to support busy, health-minded professionals like you in taking back control of your health by giving you access to the right lab tests and resources in order to find the missing pieces of your health puzzle so that you can actually fix what is wrong and get back to feeling like yourself again, or maybe for the first time if you don't even know what that feels like. So I hope that you take advantage of the Live Your Layered Life interview series for insights from myself and other experts about resources that might help you to improve your health relative to where you are today or relative to where your body is in general. And don't worry, I'm not going to be completely leaving you hanging while I take a little blog sabbatical this month for my own self-care. I definitely plan to still send out weekly emails, but they just might be a little bit shorter than usual. And I've got plenty of resources lined up with tips, tools, resources, and motivational content from very credible sources in order to help you continue on your health journey over the next few weeks. So just expect to still get an email from me that maybe just looks slightly shorter and different than it usually does, than what you're used to. Now, in the meantime, if you need any one-on-one support to find the missing pieces to your health puzzle so you can get back to feeling like yourself again, please don't hesitate to reach out to me and schedule a complimentary Ideal Health and Weight Discovery session consultation with me whenever you would like. To check out the Live Your Layered Life interview series or to schedule that consultation, go ahead and click on the links below or go back to the email where you might have found this video. Thank you so much for understanding that I need some time for myself, and I look forward to being back on the blogging like usual in a couple of weeks, but make sure to stay tuned for emails with tips and resources from me still coming on the regular.
Um, and so you deal with nutrition and with helping people get their eating, their hormones, their hydration, everything in line so that they feel really good. Could you speak to just, I know it's a very complicated what you do, but could you speak very briefly about some of those things that we can put in place with our nutrition, with our hydration, to get our hormones in balance that will actually get us feeling really good?
Mhm. So the first thing is there is no one diet that fits all, right? I think that everybody, if you've been out there and you've tried different diets, most people are coming to find that like you'll recognize that something that works for you doesn't work for somebody else, or vice versa. And so one of the things that I hugely coach my clients on is getting back in touch with your body, because your body holds all of the answers. So I'll run a bunch of lab tests and functional lab tests so that we can get a big picture of what is actually going on in the body in terms of hormones and their digestion, their immune system, their detoxification system, so that we have an understanding, like a big picture aspect. And that picture will give us clues. But in my practice, one of the things that I say, and in the training that I've taken in our community, we talk about all the time, is that we don't treat the test results, we treat the person. So an example of this is like it could come back and a test result could come back and say that everything looks great on paper, but the person is very symptomatic with digestive problems. And so I'm not going to take that test result for face value. I'm going to go along with what the person is feeling. And so when it comes to nutrition, going back to your question, is that I think that the most valuable tools we have is our bodies, ourselves. And so that's one of the things that I really work on with people, is getting them to tune into their body and see, what is your body telling you? When you eat something, how is it responding to that food? Do you have long-lasting, sustainable energy? How is your mood? Do you feel just balanced, or are you irritable? Are you anxious? Are you craving anything? And those are all clues about how your body is responding to that food. And then based upon those responses, you can make adjustments to the food that you're eating to really dial it in. And after you eat a meal, you should feel satisfied for 3 to 5 hours. You should have energy for 3 to 5 hours. Your mood should be balanced, not anxious, not up or down. You should generally feel really, really good. Now, as this relates to self-care, the trick here is that you have to actually stop and take time to do this. Right? So I will have my clients, there's a couple of things that I have them do to help with this. And one is around each meal, I have them slow down. The act of slowing down when you eat is an act of self-care. We live in a very fast-paced world, and we're constantly doing things on the go. Most of us are eating our lunch while we're working at the same time, or gulping down our smoothie as we're driving to work in traffic, and all of that is really stressful. And when we are under that stressed state, our body cannot adequately digest our food. So one of the phrases that I tell clients, or kind of bits of knowledge I give them, is that digestive stress is 25% of what you're eating and 75% of who you're being as a person around mealtime. So our body can only adequately digest food when we're in a more relaxed state. And then if we're adequately digesting food, we can get more accurate signals about how the body is responding to food. If you are shoveling food in your mouth and eating really fast, you're not digesting very well. And then, of course, you're going to feel empty or unsatisfied as a result after the meal that you just had. So that is probably one of the most simple and effective things that I have clients do right in the beginning of our work, is to slow down when it comes to mealtime. So if you're not making time for breakfast right now at all, you're running out the door on the go, then I have them just carve out 5 minutes, like sit down for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Or if they're at work, we'll strategize around ways that they can disconnect from work. Maybe they sit on the other side of their desk so that they're not tempted to be on their computer, or they go and they sit outside to eat their lunch. Or something as simple as making sure that you chew every bite 20 times, or putting down your utensil in between each bite. If you notice, us, particularly as Americans, we're shoveling the next bite before we're even done chewing the one that's in our mouth, right? So these simple acts can drastically improve your digestive ability. So then you can, like I said, kind of tune into your body more accurately and see how your body is responding to food to figure out, what type of foods are right. Like, should you be eating a keto diet, a 30 diet, a paleo diet? And what does that ratio of maybe proteins, carbs, and fats look like for you, where you can actually feel and perform your best? If and all else, if you can't make that time, then one of the things that I have them do at a minimum, which everybody can do no matter what situation that you're in, is doing a couple of rounds of deep breathing before you eat. So if you have to get in the car and chug down and have your smoothie on the way to work, if you have to work through your lunch hour, then what I have them do is I call it the 5-5-7 breath. There's a lot of different versions of this out there where some call it the 5-5-5. It's basically long inhales, a hold, and a long exhale. So inhaling for 5 seconds, holding for 5 seconds, and then maybe exhaling for 5 to 7 seconds. So whenever we adopt these deep rhythmic breathing patterns of a relaxed person, it kind of flips the switch in our brain to go, oh, I thought I was in a stressed out state, but I'm actually breathing like a relaxed person, so I must be relaxed. And it kind of gets you into what's known as parasympathetic mode, which is the rest and digest response of the body, where blood flow can be directed inward towards the stomach and the intestines for digestion to ultimately take place, basically. So even if you're sitting in a meeting, for like a work lunch meeting, you could be sitting in your chair doing some deep breathing while you're listening to other people talk, and nobody would know the difference, right? That's like the simplest act of self-care that you can do to improve digestion, to improve nutrient absorption, and to get back in touch with your body a little bit better and see how you're responding to food just by slowing down a little bit.
I have that image even of when you're in a meeting, how much better that's going to make you in that meeting because you're going to be present.
Exactly.
Yeah.